One of the things that I see in most of the people's videos on YouTube is Drip Network a scam? Is it a Ponzi? Is it a pyramid scheme? Or is it a multi-level marketing project? Now, today I'm aiming to tackle this point by reading one of the Medium articles by Cryptozoa. And the reason for that is because I've been seeing a lot of those comments appear in a bunch of people's videos recently, and I feel like this needs to be refreshed in everybody's minds. And in fact, it was addressed by Forex in one of the AMAs a while ago, so I wanted to come on here today to discuss that with you guys. If you like this kind of content, make sure to like the video, comment down below with your wallet address, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And let's jump right into today's video. Alright guys, so this is an article that was written on a Cryptozoa page called a Drip, a Ponzi, a Pyramid Scheme, or an MLM. Okay, so this is something that Forex has addressed a while ago in one of his AMAs, and I feel like the best way to really tackle this would be from the man himself, Forex Shark. So let's see what exactly he says. Okay, so I'm going to skip to the beginning of the article and just go straight to the point where Forex actually discusses this point. So here's what Forex said. Okay. What is a Ponzi scheme? So Forex said, a Ponzi scheme is a type of fraud where a money manager or business manager is saying that profits are being generated through the sale of a product or service, typically through investing capital, and generally there is no actual product or services going on. All they are doing is shuffling around capital and giving the illusion of generating profit. Drip is 100% open source since before launch. The profits are being paid out through the taxes that are being sent into the tax vault. Every time somebody does a transaction in Drip, there's a 10% tax paid on it, and when they're compounded, there's a 5% tax. So Forex is really tackling two main things over here. A Ponzi scheme is a scam, okay? So they are hidden from the public, and some things are being advertised that are not actually what they are, and somebody at the top is making sure that everything is flowing smoothly. So how it works really is I take $1 million from this person, tell him I'm going to give him 20% profits in a month, so that's like $200,000. So I take $1 million from this person, take $200,000 from this, and pay this person. I would be left with $800,000 and try to keep recruiting more and more people, accumulate more and more money, and then keep paying these investors like that and not really investing the money like I'm saying I am investing the money. At some point, usually this thing collapses right away. You know, like there are instances where these have lasted decades, but they always break. But Drip is completely open source and always has been. There's nothing hidden and nothing to hide. The protocol runs by itself and no hidden parts or kickbacks to developers. Everything is open. So Forex has said this multiple times. He doesn't get any Defi from any of these investments. Everything that is invested goes to the tax vault and it serves to pay everybody else. That's basically it. Everybody that's getting paid is not paid through the selling of a service or a product. They're getting paid by Drip in a tax vault because of all those taxes. Just exactly like governments. They tax everybody to be able to take that money and pay for services that are being paid to all these investors, right? Like healthcare or whatever. All that is being paid through taxes. Same thing here. There's a bunch of taxes, 10% in, 5% for the compounds, 10% out, 10% airdrops. All those taxes take into account Drip going into the tax vault and paying a lot of investors that are requesting the claims on a daily basis. But really the claims that you're seeing on the website, all those claims here, the available, are just a number. This doesn't need to exist and doesn't need to be taken out of the contract until you hit the claim button. So as long as you're hydrating and hydrating and hydrating, really there's nothing being done here. Now you're just hydrating. And if you do claim, then that's completely okay because the contract is meant to mint new tokens and make sure that everybody's being paid their 1%, nobody's getting scammed here, and it has been going for 2 years nearly. And the second point that Forex is tackling here is that a Ponzi scheme sells a fake product with no real value, simply using the product as a means to bring people in to sell it and take their investment capital. On the other hand, the Drip token has value, both inherently as a high-yield annuity that rewards locking up capital with 1% return on investment daily, as well as a value in other products, both in the already launched Animal Farm, Drip Garden, and much more. And there's other partnerships incoming: NFT staking, online casino, metaverse project, All these projects are not like, I think the NFT staking is Scratchy. That's going to come out soon. The online casino, I think Forex recently mentioned that he wants to do a huge website with a bunch of DeFi games. That's going to be cool, which will include the Scratchy. Metaverse project, this one I think was Atlantis. It's not happening anymore. There was some issues going on between projects, and there's other things that are coming out. So there are multiple things that are in the works that are going to serve as utilities for Drip. So for somebody to say that there is no real utility to Drip is, or never going to be utility for Drip, is not something that I believe in, and I don't understand really where it's coming from. And as long as the contract is still paying everybody their 1%, is doing exactly what is being advertised. It's paying everybody 1%. It never said I'm going to pay you a fixed $5 per day. It just said I'm going to pay you 1% per day. If you take into consideration the past year and 8-9 months, it has been doing exactly that, 1% per day. So that really proves that it's not a Ponzi scheme. So a real product is being sold in an open manner with real utility, and future potential and referral bonuses are paid on the sale of that product, similar to how other referral sale programs such as Amazon work. So essentially, there's no need for new investors to come in for the 1% to be paid. If, for example, today there's no more new investors, zero investors, their contract is still going to be minting tokens to give out the 1% per day, or it's going to take the tax drip, it's going to take the drip in the tax vault because of the people that do hydrate on a consistent basis to pay out the investors that are taking out the 1% per day. So Forex goes on to say, every positive action in the system, it pays out one bonus. This is the same as Amazon or any major traditional product that gives a referral bonus for a purchase on their platform. All these influencers on YouTube that sell Amazon products and just say my referral bonus is in the description, they are getting commissions. The only thing here is that Drip pays out a better commission than those guys. What makes something a pyramid scheme is your referral structure, where as you go up in the upline, the higher you are, especially in the earlier you go on the protocol, the higher the commission you make. And that is not true here, because if I got in today at the price of Drip today, I can make more money than somebody who got in a while ago, right? And it doesn't mean that I got in today and he got in a while ago that he's going to be making more money than me. It doesn't work that way, really. So it just defeats the whole concept of the pyramid scheme right off the bat. Unlike pyramid schemes that divide up each commission bonus and give the majority to the top, each reward paid on taxes and Drip is given to a single person in the upline. In addition, the most valuable bonus that paid on the first deposit is paid only one level up to the immediate referrer. This is a more fair distribution of rewards across the team, allowing new members to benefit just as much, if not more, as those above you in the system. You are able to be the sole beneficiary on day one from making a referral rather than those above you. So then Forex goes into something even deeper, and this is why I love him, because he takes things to a whole different level. So a team benefits new members more, right? So typically, the more you have team members in your team, the more the people on top make money. But this is the opposite here. As soon as you have 4 direct referrals under you, you're now considered a team wallet. Just like me, for example, right now I have 30 team members. I have a team wallet, and I no longer get a 10% commission when somebody deposits using my referral link. I get 75% of that, right? So I get 7.5%. Why? Because 2.5% gets sent back to them immediately. So now every team member that joins my team doesn't get taxed 10%, they get taxed 7.5%. And typically this is not what you would see in any other pyramid scheme. Usually you would see the people on top get the most amount of money and then people at the bottom get nothing. So what Forex is pointing out here is that as you grow a team larger than 5 direct commissions, you actually start benefiting those in your team more and receive less of a reward. This is just one of the structures in place to prevent those at the top from overly benefiting. And this is what he wants to do. He wants the whole community to grow. And not only this, but as I said before, he doesn't take any commissions. Zero, nothing. Thing that everybody needs to keep in mind, right? That there's a limit of how many people on top of you get money, right? Because typically when you think of any other pyramid scheme, if you have 20, 25, 30, 35 team members under you, then the more money you make on a consistent basis. Whereas here, using the round robin system, you're limited to 15 members. So one of the key mechanics that you would see in a pyramid scheme is the majority of the capital all being funneled to the top of the system. In Drip, you can only have 15 people in your downlines. Once you've reached 15 in your downline, you are no longer rewarded for anybody that gets referred by that 15th level. And what this does is that it prevents capital from flowing upstream. It can only flow to the top of the team wallet. Everybody can be at the top of their own team. If you join, you refer someone. They refer someone that builds up to 15 levels. Now you're at the top of your team, and rewards from your team can never flow past you in the upline protocol. So it prevents the system from being top heavy and allows anybody at the top of their own team separate from when they got into the protocol. So for me, this is a huge plus for Forex for designing such a robust system. Now, everybody might think that the price is not looking too good. A lot of the focus has been shifted to the animal farm, and a lot of people have been talking more about the animal farm than Drip, and we're still waiting for Drip UI. We're still waiting for all these developments that are happening at the end of the month. But this doesn't change the fact that Drip is not a Ponzi, it's not a pyramid scheme, and no matter what everybody's trying to tell you online, it's not the case. And the last thing that we have to keep in mind as well is that there is a tax for whale wallets, right? So the bigger the account in Drip, so as you guys know by now, the max wallet can be attained as you reach 27,000 Drip in your faucet. And after that, all you have to do is just claim on a daily basis, right? But the bigger your wallet and the closer, as you reach 10,000 Drip in your wallet, at that point you start becoming a whale, and when you're a whale, then you're heavily taxed on the Drip that you're actually claiming out of the system. And the reason why it's designed this way is because once you're a whale, you're typically going to be taking out a lot of the money from the system, right? A lot of the Drip from the system, but it's heavily taxed that person, so that the most of the Drip goes back into the tax vault. So the bigger the whales, the more taxes are being taxed, the more Drip in the faucet, the more investors can have some Drip in the tax vault to pay out the 1% per day. I hope this kind of makes sense in what I'm trying to prove here today. So all this goes to show that there are so many mechanics put into place to ensure that Drip is not a Ponzi. So everybody has to keep these points in mind. And when you have some people on the internet that don't do enough research and come and tell you that Drip is a Ponzi without really looking at the mechanics, just take into consideration that people are sharing the referral links to get that additional bonus of 10% to themselves only and not the people above them. Then they automatically think it's a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. So just make sure you do your research every single time you get into a project. Obviously, none of the information that's provided here is financial advice. Crypto is a very risky play no matter what protocol you're investing in, but Drip network and the animal farm have been the safest and most reliable protocols that I've ever been in, which is why I'm choosing to invest in them. So if you've enjoyed this content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and comment down below with your wallet address. The more you guys share these videos, the more it helps the algorithm know that this is some good content, and it's gonna just push it out to more and more people. All right, guys, so thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.